I'm 17 and I'm a older sibling of my younger sister who has anorexia nervosa. I think one of the main ones was kind of fear. I've always had anxiety and stuff like that, and obviously when there is such a stressful situation going on, my brain would just leap to very dark places whenever, always worrying that they wouldn't make it. So I would be very stressed about that. So there was quite a lot of fear there. There was also a lot of loneliness. I spent in the my sibling was in a general hospital for about 3 weeks, and only one of my parents could be there at a time, and so they would do this thing that they called like changeover. So one of them would go over, they'd talk a few hours about what had happened to kind of update the other person, and then the other one would come home and be with me for the evening. But I would because I hadn't told any of my friends, I didn't want to go out with them or have fun or anything, so I would literally just sit on the sofa feeling lonely and feeling like, it's not something that you want to be a part of, because it's a horrible thing that my parents and my sibling are going through, but feeling like you're not really a part of your own family because they're all out there tackling the illness and doing stuff, and I'm like, I just felt kind of like spare parts, like I wasn't doing anything helpful. I was just kind of being there and being someone that my parents also needed to think about. I think as well, in the initial months, there was a lot of guilt. I kept trying to search through my brains, like, have I ever said anything that could have caused this? Have I done anything? Should I have noticed more? Because my parents found out, and my sibling was diagnosed the kind of weeks that I was in my exam weeks, what would have been my GCSEs if it hadn't been for COVID. And so for a few months, I felt like if I hadn't been so nervous during my exam weeks and hadn't had so much anxiety and had to talk to my parents, maybe they would have noticed sooner. And so I would blame myself for that, because as well, I didn't really understand that the eating disorder had been going on for a lot longer than those 2 weeks. So I just assumed that, like, it had all happened when no one was looking at my sibling because they were focused on me and my exams. I think in the autumn of 2021, when I started my new school, the main feeling was one of just kind of emptiness, because I was having to pour all of my energy into seeming like I was being fine. Oh, I'm starting a new school, trying to make friends, trying to do all of these normal teenage things. But I would go home and I would cry, or I would just be really, really sad, and I would spend all of my energy trying to, still do well in school and still do all of that, and I was just kind of completely burnt out.